Hey, ladies and gentlemen, today for reading, we're going to be talking about universal themes that you might find in different fiction texts. And you are going to be copying down what I've got written here. Since I already have mine written, you might need to pause it every once in a while to try to keep up, but that way it's all still there. A couple of days ago, we talked about like lessons learned that your characters might be learning in your text. And in your notebook, we did that and we wrote things down like this. Don't change your feelings about something over one thing. You can't always get what you want, that kind of thing. So if you think back to that day, it's a life lesson. And life lessons and universal themes kind of go together. They're not the exact same thing, but it helps to sort of have a way to think about a universal theme. So you think about a theme, and universal means that it's something that can be applied to lots of different texts. So first of all, authors develop similar themes in different ways. So you know it's a universal theme if lots of authors do it, but they don't do it in the same way. Another clue that it's a universal theme is that some themes apply to anyone, regardless of culture, geography, time period, etc. So if I think about the one of our life lessons the other day was, if you want to make sure that if you know what you're doing, you're going to accept the consequence to what you're doing. It might have a positive effect or a negative effect, but when you do something, you have to accept the consequence. That applies to anybody. That's not just somebody who is Christian or Muslim or Jewish. That's not somebody who lives in France or the United States or Mexico. That's not somebody who lives in the future or who lives now or who lived in the past. That's anybody. Anybody, anytime, anywhere has to accept their consequences. So a universal theme is something like that that applies to everybody. A theme that's not universal might be maybe living in a marshland, like what it's like to live in a marshland. That's not something that applies to everybody. I'll never live there. Lots of stories that I read won't be about that. That would be a very specific kind of story that would have that. It's often a generalization about life. So it's something general about life. So I copied some. You can be brave but still be scared. You can't always get what you want, and actions have consequences. There are other things. If you think about less specific life lessons and think about things like friendship, love, betrayal, a little dark there, but that's also a good theme. Adventure. Adventure in and of itself is not a theme, but being willing to take an adventure, that kind of thing. So these are just one words that you could mold into a theme. You would need to add something to them to make them a theme. But that is how to start off thinking about universal themes. Today, your assignment is to read two of the four texts that are linked in this assignment. And when you click on them, they'll take you to a Google Doc that has the text. And job one is to choose one of the four texts linked in the assignment, and you're going to read it, and you're going to jot down somewhere, either in your notebook or on a Post-it, what you think might be one or more of its themes. They're not that long, so as you read them, decide, okay, what do I think the theme is? Then choose another one of one of the texts that are linked, and read it to see if you notice a common theme. If you don't notice a common theme, you might want to choose a different text, or you might want to think a little bit harder about what they have in common. In your notebook, you're going to be making a chart where you put the name of your text here and the name of your other text here, and then you're giving examples of how that text shows that theme, the theme that you chose. After you've kind of sorted out all of your ideas, what you'll do then is open up the other part of the assignment and type in the box. And what you're typing in the box is comparing the themes. Remember, when you compare something, you're only showing the things that they have in common. So what you're doing is you're writing a paragraph that explains how both of these texts have evidence of the same theme. So to make sure that we are all on the same page, I want to show you where the assignments are. If you click on the assignment today, you see it has these 4 stories linked here, and my computer is being really slow today, but on each link it opens a Google Doc for you. It takes a little bit of time, but you'll notice that they're just all poems, and I'll click on each one so that you can see them, and you'll just choose 2 of those. If you're not really sure which one to choose, I mean, it won't take you very much time to just read all 4, but then in the end, you only want to do your assignment over 2 of them. And the first one is A Song of Greatness, and the second one is called Eyelashes, and the third one is called The First Days, and then the last one is called Untitled. And then what you'll do is after you've taken your notes in the box, there's only one question for the assignment. It's worth 20 points. You won't click preview, you'll click start quiz, but then you'll see that it has the directions here ready for you to compare and contrast. So make sure that you read all of the directions.